posting him. It's posting him. Oh! Oh my goodness. What's up guys, Matt from the Football Boots team, and today a massive thank you has to go to Nike for sending us 2 pairs of boots from the Unreal Fire and Ice collection. And as you can see, we've got 2 pairs from the ice side. We've got the Flyknit Ultra and also the Vapor 11. But which one really is the best Mercurial boot that you guys can buy? Let's find out in the boot battle. The Mercurial Vapor from Nike would easily be in my top 3 pairs of football boots on the market right now. But on paper, the new Flyknit Ultras almost seem like the perfect boot for me. So can the Flyknit Ultra challenge the Vapor 11 or even exceed my expectations and be the best boot on the market? So what are the immediate differences between the Flyknit Ultra and the Vapor 11? Well, there's 2. Firstly, the Flyknit Ultras cost £210, so £20 more than the Vapor 11 at £190. Now the second difference, which is actually quite significant, is that the Flyknit Ultras are made in Italy, very high quality. The Vapor 11s are actually made in China. But does that really make a massive difference? Well, I'm going to say it does and it doesn't. Just because the Flyknit Ultras are made in Italy doesn't mean they're going to be better performing or more comfortable. But what it does mean is there was more care and attention made when making the Flyknit Ultra over the Vapor 11. And also in terms of durability, I'm going to say the Flyknit Ultras will actually last you a bit longer than the Vapor 11s. The Mercurial range from Nike is by far hands down their most popular silo for professionals and also amateurs. But which pros wear what? Well, the Vapor 11 is worn by so many headline stars, including the likes of Neymar, Philippe Coutinho and Leroy Sané. And as of yet, Eden Hazard is the only player to wear the Flyknit Ultras. But with the new Ice and Fire colourways coming out, maybe you'll see some more pros wearing these Flyknit Ultras. What a treat Nike have given us in this Fire and Ice collection with the Mercurial boots especially. The Vapor 11 looks sensational in obsidian and glacier blue. There's also a little bit of white for the swoosh and Nike printed on the medial instep. And don't even get me started on the Soleplate. But what about the Flyknit Ultra? Well, this time there's no obsidian, it's just solid black, and then for the glacier blue, we've got Nike swoosh outline on either side symmetrical, and then again, the Soleplate is incredible. The Soleplates of these 2 Mercurial boots are just outstanding. On the Vapor 11, we've got 2-tone blue, a lighter blue around the toes and the midfoot, and then towards the back, it goes to that darker blue. We've also been treated to a little bit of a sparkly finish and also a slight iridescent touch. And talking about iridescent touches, let's have a look at the Flyknit Ultra. One of the best looking sole plates I have ever seen. We've of course got that iridescent chrome effect going all over the plate. We've got loads of different shades and tones going on. We've got blues, purples, yellows. It just does look sensational. Although the sole plates on the Flyknit Ultra and Vapor 11 look a little bit different because the Ultra has that chrome finish and the Vapor 11 has that almost matte sparkle finish, they are exactly the same. Both have that contour chassis, which is so hard to describe unless you've actually worn it for yourself. Your foot literally merges with it to create a very unique fit, like you've got a more level platform. For me, a huge selling point of the Vapor 11 over its Superfly 5 counterpart is your traditional low-cut silhouette. The Superfly 5 with the dynamic fit collar just isn't for my own personal taste. But the Flyknit Ultra again is essentially low-cut. Yes, we've got a little bit of a Flyknit collar, but it's even lower than Ronaldo's Superfly 5 version. Okay, so both boots are Mercurials and have very similar shapes, but that's pretty much where it ends in terms of similarities. Now the big difference has to be the upper. The Vapor 11 is very smooth to touch and it's also got ribs on it. But the Flyknit Ultra, incredibly grippy. I can't tell you how rough it actually feels. Imagine sandpaper, and that's what those ribs actually feel like. And in between that, we've actually got some more grippy material, which is a little bit similar to the Titan synthetic of the Vapor 11, but definitely a more grippy touch, a little bit more like the Hypervenoms. The grippiness of the Flyknit Ultra is so aggressive, it's something which I actually want to try out in this video. So later on, I'm going to be using a smart ball to see how many ball revolutions I can get using the Flyknit Ultra over the Vapor 11. Let's talk about the fit of each Mercurial boot, because that's a very important factor when buying a new pair of boots. Now, both the Vapor 11 and the Flyknit Ultra are narrow fitting boots, but there is actually quite a big difference in how they actually fit around your foot. Because the Flyknit Ultras are made out of Flyknit, they are more forgiving. So if you do have wide feet and you can't wear the Vapor 11, you can definitely give the Flyknit Ultras a go because the Flyknit material does have some stretch to it. But the Vapor 11, because it's made out of that Titan synthetic, there isn't any stretch whatsoever. There's going to be a serious break in time, and for wide fitted players, you'll probably stay away from the Vapor 11 altogether. One feature which I really want to test out is which Mercurial boot is going to give me more spin and curve on the ball. The smooth Vapor 11 or the grippy Flyknit Ultra. We've got our smart ball and the app ready to go, so let's hit some free kicks and see which Mercurial boot takes the win. Vapor 11s to go first. So it's just downloading the result now, and I've got 197 revolutions per minute. So that's quite a lot of spin. And also what you're seeing on screen now is the actual flight path. Firstly from downfield, then from angled, and also to the side. So let's see if the Flyknit Ultras can actually beat the Vapor 11. Just downloading the result now. And this time we actually got 247 RPM. So that is a lot of curve and spin on the ball. And as you can see, we've got the angles from downfield, the angled and the side. Guys, no boot on the market is going to give you a more powerful strike. It's a question that we get asked a lot. But what I will say about the Flyknit Ultra and some other boots on the market is because the upper is so grippy and that Nike Skin and Flyknit composition has got so much friction on there, it's going to give you a little bit more purchase. So when curving the ball, swazzing or driving it low, it's going to give you a little bit more feedback. The performance of both these boots is very high, but is there a difference in terms of the comfort of the Vapor 11 and the Flyknit Ultra? Well, there is actually quite a big difference. Because that Vapor 11 is made out of the Titan synthetic, it fits very tight across the toe box. Now the Flyknit Ultra, because it's made out of the Flyknit material, it's actually a little bit more forgiving, especially around that mid-foot, forefoot and toe box portion. So if you do have wider feet, as I've said in this video, then the Flyknit Ultra is going to be the boot for you. And someone like me, quite normal feet, maybe a little bit narrow, I definitely feel like the Flyknit Ultras are slightly more comfortable over the Vapor 11. These Flyknit Ultras, which I've got in hand and also on feet, are hands down some of the best looking boots I've ever seen. But alongside the ice colourway, there's also the fire. Again, black base coat, but instead of the blue, it's then red, which again look very nice. But what I want to know is, out of the two Flyknit Ultra colourways in the Fire and Ice collection, which is your favourite, the ice or the fire? Vote in the poll card now. Okay, so before we get into our challenge, what's my overall verdict of the Flyknit Ultra and the Vapor 11? Well, let me say first of all, what a smash boot battle this actually was between the two Mercurial boots. Both of these are seriously high quality and two boots that you guys should definitely have a look at actually buying for yourself. Now, before I had the Flyknit Ultras, I would have said the Vapor 11s are almost a perfect boot. Maybe not for wide-footed players, but for someone like me, very barefoot, high quality, and I really like the performance in these. But the Flyknit Ultra takes it to a whole new level. I would literally, seriously, honestly give these boots very close to a 10 out of 10. I love the way they look, how they feel in hand and how they feel on feet. So Nike, massive thumbs up for you with your Flyknit Ultras. All right guys, so we're into our challenges. I've brought down Hunter, one of the best keepers that I know. The first round is gonna be trying to recreate Neymar's free kick against Bordeaux. 3 attempts in the Flyknit Ultra, then I change it around, 3 attempts in the Vapor. As you can see, we're in the same position, and because Hunter knows where I'm going, he has to touch the right hand post before trying to make the save to the left hand side. Ready to go? Yep. Let's do it. Oh, what a save. What a save from Hunter. Oh, what a save. Oh, that's close, man. That's close. Oh my goodness! Neymar, eat your heart out. Oh my gosh. Oh! I've got my Vapor 11s laced up now. The Flyknit Ultra's got a score of 1 out of 3. And can we get another replay of that unbelievable top bin left hand side? But now it's time for the Vapors 3 attempts. Oh my goodness. It was almost a carbon copy. You were close. posting in. It's posting in. Today's a good day. Today I'm just feeling like Neymar. I've got the Mercurials on my feet. I'm wrapping them into the top left bin. Come on. Oh, it's posted in. Into round 2, and we're now going to be trying to recreate Eden Hazard's whip goal against Man United. As you can see, he takes a couple touches on the edge of the box and then whips it into the top right. So when I take my first touch, Hunter's got to touch the left hand post and make up the ground to try and save it to the right. I've hit that so well. I've hit that so well. Is that cross, Hunter? Did it cross? It crossed. He's giving it the green light. That's the goal. That's it. Hazard, take note. The Flyknit Ultras just got a score of 2 out of 3, but they were still 1-0 down in the challenge because the Vapors won the first free kick round. So can the Vapors win it overall by scoring all 3? Oh, firing in. He got a little bit of a touch, but not quite enough. Yeah, safe. Oh, Hunter, you're breaking hearts out here. Yes, guys, so we are now into round 3, and it's still all to play for. The scores are 1-1 between the Flyknit Ultras and the Vapor 11s. Our third round is going to be trying to recreate my favourite player, Isco, his goal against Real Betis. The ball comes to him and he whips it into the right hand side of the goal. Hunter in goal is going to start with the ball centrally, pass it out to me. He's got to touch the left hand post and try and make up the ground to the right hand side. Who's going to win? The Flyknit or the Vapor? Let's find out. Oh, Hunter. Great save. This guy, I told you he's one of the best. He's not disappointing. Score of 0 out of 3. So the Vapors have every chance of taking the trophy as the best Mercurial boot. Alright, this is it. 3 balls left with the Vapor 11s, 1 goal. Just 1 goal out of the 3, and the Vapors will win against the Flyknit Ultras. Two balls left. Guys, there it is. Hunter, come on over. So the Vapor 11 took the crown of the Mercurial boot over the Flyknit Ultras. But to be fair, guys, these boots are an absolute smash. By far my favourite boots I've ever worn in my footballing career. And guys, Hunter, 15 years old, putting out some of the best saves I've ever seen. So fair play to him, but guys, that's it all wrapped up. So thanks for watching. Cheers.